couldn't hardly recognize him. The detective said that the gun must have been right in front of his face.
What are the police doing?
Well, they have a description of a car.
When was Matt killed? Sunday? It's Tuesday. All they have is a description of a car?
And they said that they think it might be an Hispanic kid.
Some illegal?
Just Hispanic.
Why did they call you?
And they said that they think that maybe Gwen was raped.
I don't understand why they called you.
I'm his father.
No, I don't understand why they called you first.
You know, they just, they found my number and they called me.
What about Mark?
Yeah, I wanted to, talk to you first.
Oh, you haven't called Mark yet?
No,
oh, my
I thought
God,
we should call him together.
I'll call him.
He's my son, too.
I'll call him.
We need to be a family now. For both our boys right now, we need to be a family.
I need to talk to the police. I need to find out why they're not doing anything.
Hi everybody, I'm Peter Travers and welcome to Popcorn, where we tell you what is poppin' in the culture. And it's not just popcorn that's there, but my guest today, Felicity Huffman, is starring in a limited series on ABC. How convenient that's where we are today.
That's right.
And it's called American Crime. And in it, she plays somebody who is pretty shocking. She'll tell us about it, but I want to say, going into this, that this is one of the best performances you're going to see anywhere right now. So stay tuned to American Crime. Well, you are.
That's so nice of
Unless
me.
you turn out to be a horrible, brittle, controlling in the interview.
I was about to go.
No. Who knows what will happen? But this is kind of a shocking part.
Yes, she
This
is
no
shocking.
Desperate Housewife stuff happening
No,
here.
no. I'm lucky enough that I was looking for something that I think if I'd carried over Lynette, I didn't want people to go like, oh, there's Lynette as a cop and there's Lynette as a police officer. I wanted to be able to disappear enough so that I could service the story. And I think it wouldn't have done John Ridley any good if I'd carried a history of, as people remembered me into the series. So I was glad that I could get rid of it.
So did Bill, as I know him,
Yes.
did he read this script too and say to you, listen, no way, you're not playing this?
No, I have so many things to say about Barb, but my conundrum was, the way into the character was, she is a dedicated mother, she wants to be a good mother, and she's there to get justice for her son. So that's how I knew I could relate to her, and yet she says such off-putting, harsh things. And I didn't know how to marry the two, because I felt like someone who is just serving justice wouldn't take the time to go, hey, 30 years ago, you screwed me over. And he said, no, it's all in line. She's doing one thing. She's there to get justice for her son. Anything else that gets in the way, she pushes it aside and moves forward. And that helped me because her motivations are noble. How they manifest are harsh. But she's trying to do the best she can.
I don't want to do spoilers, but it happens right away in the show that we know that Barb's son has been killed in a home invasion.
That's right.
And the suspects in this case, the race angle enters into it.
Yes.
Because they're either Hispanic or black or
Yep.
something is going on with this. And they're looking, you and your ex-husband played really well by Timothy Hutton.
Timothy Hutton's so good.
Yeah. You're so mean to her.
Well, okay, but
are.
he was such a jerk.
He was a jerk. He was gambling away all the money.
I mean, to leave your young wife and her 2 young children destitute with no money and then be off gambling and living the high life
Hell with
and then
him.
abandoning them forever.
I'm sorry I said those good words. Yeah, he's not. And yet you could see from the poster, too, what's going on there.
I know. Isn't that a great poster?
That tension is there, and yet the two of you are united trying to find out who did this.
Yes. The DP on this, it was the rap party, and he came and said, I thought you guys hated each other because you never talked to each other on set, and I thought you couldn't stand each other. We were like, no, we just had to concentrate on what we were doing.
You started in the theater, didn't you?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I'm doing a play right now. in Los Angeles.
And here I think that
which
you
is
were
an
right with me
oxymoron.
here in New York. A play, yes it is.
Yeah,
A play in Los
LA.
Angeles. Would it be by David Mamet?
It would be by David Mamet.
Wow, it's a shock.
He called up and said, "You want to do a play?" And I said, "Is it yours?" And he said, "Yeah." And I said, "Absolutely."
I think you said in one speech, I really appreciated Aaron Sorkin for seeing me in David Mamet's play, so he would cast me.
You're really
that.
good. You're really
See?
good.
Oh, my
You
work is
can
done
sort
here.
of thread it together. It's true. I was doing a David Mamet play at the Atlantic Theater Company, and Aaron Sorkin came, and that's why I got to audition for Sports Night, which is what started me out. And I'm still on ABC. Sports Night, Desperate Housewives, American Crime.
And
they
now
just
Popcorn.
can't get rid of. And
And now
now
you're
Popcorn.
here. You just forget other networks. It's just not
I
going
will.
to happen.
Yeah.
It's just going to be this. Part of that other speech you said, and I've never asked Bill this when I've interviewed him, but you said, I want to thank my husband, William H. Macy, because he, when I was 22 and chubby, with hair and glasses, took me out to a cow pasture, kissed me and asked me to marry him.
Yes.
What is that cow pasture? When did that happen?
We
Cow
were in
pasture?
Vermont. It was with the Atlantic Theater Company. We do plays in Vermont in the summer. And Bill Macy, who is, David Mamet's really close friend, came up, and he was the great Bill Macy with his fancy black car. And,
Oh, I bet, yeah.
and I had a bad perm and big pink glasses, and I probably weighed about 30 pounds more than I weigh right now. And it never occurred to me. And he was like, "Let's go look at the barn from that cow pasture late at night." And I was like, "Okay, I'll do anything with William H. Macy." And I went up there and he kissed me, and you could have blown me over with a feather.
So you were easy. It was just
Oh my God.
just
Yes.
the fame
For
whore.
him,
It
yes.
was just that he had done Mamet.
Oh.
And that was going
well,
to
no,
be.
he was, yes, I just knew he was brilliant.
Yeah. Well, when I've talked to him about you, he's always said, yeah, it is a great marriage, but she turned me down so many times I can't remember.
He told you that?
He told me that. He just spilled.
Are you lying?
Not at all. I would never lie. He said it was a turn down.
I was so scared of getting married that I said, I think twice I turned him down.
Was it twice? Well, he exaggerated.
Yeah, well, never let the truth get in the way of a good story.
No, we don't ever really want that.
No.
Flicka is, of course, what Bill and other people in your life call you.
Flicka, yes, that's right, I forget, yes.
Is it from the book, the movie,
No, it's not. It's from, you might know this, being the cultured fellow that you are. Do you know, they laughed, they're like,
They did.
do you know the opera singer Frederica von Stade?
Yes.
Okay, so Christmas with Flicka, remember, you used to have those ads? She went to high school with one of my sisters. I'm the last one of 8 kids. So by the time I came around, my mother had used up all the family names. My sister was going to school with a girl named Flicka, and she loved the name. So she said, I'm going to call her Flicka. And then I think my grandmother said, okay, but it's not Catholic, and it's not Christian. She said, oh, okay, we'll formally call her Felicity, but we all know her as Flicka. So that is how Flicka came into being.
So that would be people who knew you or know you would call you.
Yes.
You would always be Flicka to
But
them.
Peter, you can call me Flicka.
The great Lauren Bacall, shortly before she passed on, I said, how long would I have to know you to call you Betty? And she said, I don't have that many years left. So I'm honored by this one. You're so good in Transamerica. Did that shake you in some way when that happened, when you got that part and approached it and people said, you did good, Flicka, you did good?
I first of all, I have to give credit to Duncan Tucker, because he's the one that presaged all this transgender stuff, and that was 10 years ago. And I was just lucky enough to sort of ride his coattails on it. And it did rock me because I didn't know anything about transgendered people. And, I thought of them as marginalized and other, and I left going, oh my gosh, I so admire them and they're so brave. And when the movie hit and I did get those accolades, yeah, it was awesome. Are you kidding me? I mean, you start out acting when you're younger going, maybe someday, maybe someday. So that by the time it came along, it was just so, I couldn't believe it was happening. Yeah, it was fabulous.
So when you look at yourself in this, is there a scene, a moment in this that you've seen where you can look at you and say, that came out close to what I wanted it to be? This, I was okay with me in that particular scene.
You know, there was one moment, I think it's in a scene when we're getting out of the car, and Tim is trying to talk to me, and I did one gesture of, I went like that. Like, I don't have time to talk to you. You're getting in the way of my objective, which is to, you know, get justice for my son. And for some reason, I liked that moment. Yeah, that kind of, get out of my way.
You're out. Wow. Well, we're all going to be watching all 11 episodes of this.
Oh, I hope so.
We are. We know you can't start
You can't
and not
stop,
to have
right?
to keep doing it. It's part of the binge world. But this show, and I'm sure Bill didn't tell you, but it always ends in song.
Really?
It does. It always
Okay.
does. Yeah, they'll go along with me on that because it does.
Okay.
But it's only a little bit. It's not like I'm asking you to do an entire song, but something. And I had heard, this is not from Bill, I heard it from other people, that you were a big Tina Turner fan.
Yes. I'm sweating. I'm starting to
Well,
sweat.
that's what always happens, but it's
Okay.
good. But you're a fearless actor. We know that. You know no
I'm
fear.
not a fearless talk show guest.
Sure you are. Sure you are. Come on. There has to be a little bit of something, of music that's in your head.
What do you want me to do? Sing?
Sing a little bit of it, yeah.
You want me
I'll
to
back
sing
you up.
Tina Turner?
Yeah.
No, I'm going to sing a sweet
No,
song.
I got
Yes.
that. It was like,
No.
No.
I will sing a sweet song that Bill and I sing, and I used to sing to my girls, and I will sing it to you. Wow. Ready?
I'm honored.
A, you're adorable. B, you're so beautiful. C, you're a cutie full of charm. D, you delight me, and E, you excite me, and F, you're a feather in my arms. There.
So sweet. Felicity, Flecka.
Yes.
Thank you with all
Thank
my heart.
you
It was
so
great. Great to
much.
meet you
This
and
is
have
so
you
fun.
on the show.
I
That was
appreciate it.